Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic and happy Monday. Glad you're here. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: cost of character. I'm sure you've seen the various videos and memes where you'll hear the voiceover saying, "Who's going to know? They'll know. No, who's going to know? They'll know." And the whole idea is, go ahead, you can get away with it. Who's going to know? Well, just this past weekend, that question came up for pro golfer Russell Henley. And he showed character, not the kind that you talk about, but the kind that you live. He did something that I don't think anybody would have noticed, but everybody should remember. During Friday's round at the Travelers Championship, Henley saw his golf ball twitch. He said it was about a dimple after he had addressed the ball. No one noticed. The camera didn't see it. The judges didn't see it. I don't even think his caddy saw it, but he saw it. There was no replay angle that would have thrown him under the bus, but he knew. So he called a penalty on himself. One stroke. One stroke. It was the difference between losing and having a better chance to win. And the reason I say that is because on Sunday, his total score for the tournament was 14 under. He ended up being one stroke behind Keegan Bradley, who came, who trimmed a stroke on the last hole to win by one stroke. Had Henley not called the penalty on himself, they would have been tied, and he would have had a chance to go into a sudden death playoff. Now, what was the difference? A $3.6 million winner's purse, or walking away tied for second place and about $1.75 million purse. So he cost himself almost $2 million. So yeah, he walked away from $2 million. But he also walked away with something that I think is more important. Something he can't cash at the bank, but he can carry with him for the rest of his life. You might remember I mentioned Sahith Theegala last year when he had a similar integrity choice. During the 2024 Tour Championship, Theegala called a two-stroke penalty on himself because he brushed sand in a bunker during his backswing. And again, this kind of thing, nobody else saw it. No cameras caught it. But he felt he owed it to the integrity of the game, to his own personal integrity. So he stepped up. He owned it. Henley did the same thing. Two different golfers, two different stages, but they honored the game and they honored themselves. They honored integrity. I'm a big rule follower, but rules should not just be rules for the sake of being rules. They exist for fair play. You know, you've heard me say this before. It's the old boys club pledge that I used to say. I believe in fair play, honesty, and sportsmanship. Well, that means you got to step up when it's going to hurt you too. More often than not, fair play, honesty, and sportsmanship, you're playing honest, but you're just as often you're wanting everybody else to play honest. These were both cases where it hurt them personally, and no one else would have known. They could have gotten away with it. Um, Henley was asked, "Well, why'd you call it on yourself?" He said, "Well, I would have known, and I've got to be able to look my son in the eye and tell him that situations like this matter, that character matters." So good for you, man. I mean, and I think we need more of that in sports. We need more of that in life. Um, no matter where you come down on the WNBA, there's a lot of there's a lot of crap going on in the WNBA related to Caitlin Clark that would just go away if people would honor the game, play it smart, play it honest, play it real, instead of making it all about themselves. What is it about golf? You don't you don't often see the integrity choices that these two men made in other sports. Why is that? I wish somebody could answer that for me. Um, Makes me glad that my younger kid decided to play golf. Um, Not that I ever doubted his integrity. I, the kid was the kid was about fair play his entire life. But yeah, good feelings this morning. And again, I think we need more of that in sports. We need more of that in our daily interactions with people, just in work and life. So ask yourself the question, would you call that kind of penalty on yourself? Would you cost yourself $2 million because it was the right thing to do? That one little decision, the quiet, invisible, nobody would know choice that tells the person, the world, the kind of person you are. Would you pull that trigger? Think about that today, because that's today's Red Mike message. Congrats again to Sahith Tagala from last year, but also today, this past weekend, Russell Henley. You are the kind of role models that everybody should emulate. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Again, these Red Mike messages are for you. I hope you can put these things into place in your own life. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.